8, Rich Rickers of Platteville and Jim Sand from Waterloo. Row 9, Larry Ingen from Decorah and Greg Chapman from Dubuque. And all alone in row 10, Sharon Mueller from Epworth.
And earlier tonight in heat races, it was Carl Severson of Dubuque taking that first heat, and Greg Castley of Waterloo taking the second heat. So fine heat races, 18 cars out there according to my count, Jim, or 18 or 19. I believe there's 18 altogether.
We should have had 19. We appear to be missing the car 24, Larry Ingen out of Decorah.
That's correct. So we have a field of 18 and some down in count a little bit, but not a bit in quality tonight, Jim. A good bunch of modified, open-wheel modified cars.
For most of the season, we've been running well over 20 cars for the modified class. Of course, not all of the cars start the feature event, but nonetheless, the car count had been upwards of 30 cars for a while.
Well, it's that time of year when people begin to have mechanical problems. This is the third night of racing for most of them, and so it's just, you know, it goes up and down.
Out of turn 4, Roth and Severson set the pace. The green flag waves for the start of tonight's modified feature event. Severson pulls to the early advantage out of turn 2 and down the back straightaway.
And fighting it out for second place is John Roth and Tom Fitzpatrick, along with Dick Barker. They're all up there together.
Problems with Todd Jensen's car number 75. Yellow flag is out on the speedway. And he has a flat tire on the right rear. The driver's doing an excellent job of getting around him without crashing into him. Apparently the tire rolled off the rim in turn number 3, and he just was not able to go anywhere.
So we have no laps down, and Todd, of course, will have to make a quick duck into the pits to see if he can get that tire changed. He's not going into the pits. Apparently, maybe perhaps it wasn't a tire. We're not sure.
Well, it was definitely a flat right rear tire from my vantage point, Dick. We'll check it as he comes by. Yes, you can see it on the TV screen as he came by. We can see it right now from our vantage point. I'm sure he has to know it.
It's definitely flat.
There you go. It pulls down low. I don't think he's going to be able to get into the pit area on the back straightaway as the late models have started to line up back there.
And if he's going to have some problems, he has to go clear around to get into the pit, so I don't know whether they allow him any time or not. He will have to have a realignment, but he sort of wasted quite a bit of time driving clear around the track to get into the pits.
Well, he drove around the track, in effect, 2 times.
That's right.
After the yellow came out with the flat tire. Had he been able to duck in right away, if he knew what the situation was, if he knew at that point that the tire was flat, he would have had a chance of getting back out before they start again.
Well, we'll have probably 1, maybe 2 laps here. We'll see how fast his pit crew is tonight.
Track officials checking over the realignment. The drivers have come by and checked the realignment board. They crossed over the position where Jensen was.
And there will be 1 more lap because their official is still standing down in the main straight. I don't think they'll start the race with him down there, Jim. That would not be a very wise thing to do.
No, I'm sure he wouldn't enjoy it very well. Apparently, Greg Castley not sure where he is supposed to go in the realignment. He has pulled ahead of the field and coming around to check on things here. Chuck Martell has come out of the flag stand, and he is looking at Greg Castley's car. Now he's going to have a word with him.
Well, we don't really know what the problem is. A little gesturing around down there. And we're all lining up here coming out of turn number 2, but I don't know whether they're going to have a green flag or not. We very easily could have, and then again we may not.
Track official that has the realignment board has made his way back into the infield area. Chuck Martell is back on the flag stand, and the yellow light is out. As the drivers enter turn number 3, we'll be looking for a restart in tonight's modified feature event, and we get it.
Carl Severson once again leads the way out, and we see Todd Jensen coming out of the pit area to fall into the back of the pack.
relatively quick pit work by Jensen's crew.
That's right. They only made 2 laps around. That's a pretty good time. Severson showing the way around. John Ross right behind him and taking the low groove. Tom Fitzpatrick with Dick Barker running in 4th. Gary Nolan in 5th, and Tim Jensen running in 6th place. The first 4 cars, we had a little problem over there. Gary Nolan got a little sideways. It got knocked straight again by the number 11 car, Tim Jensen.
Severson maintains the lead down the back straightaway, and he's coming out of turn number 4 right now. He really had that car hooking up in the heat event tonight, Dick.
That's right. The first 4 cars are sort of broken away from the rest of them. We have a car down into the tire down in turn number 4. Looks like the car of Rick Nestaby. And we're going to get another yellow flag, it looks like.
Tim Nestaby in the car number 14 got it sideways turned, and the green flag waves to restart the modified feature event.
And the yellow car, Skip Fry, made a nice move coming down the main straight. They moved into the top 4. Severson, Roth, Fitzpatrick, Dick Barker, and Skip Fry. Also, Mike Snyder's moved out up into the top group of cars.
We have a car off of the back straightaway, Dick. I was not able to see how he got over there or what number it was, but the yellow flag is coming out for that situation.
He's over right about midway down off the back straight, but I don't see the car or the number.
There he comes.
It's the number 37 car of Ron Barker. He must have been off there up in 2 because he was closer to 2 than I thought he was.
Castley, Roger Brueggemann, Jim Sand, Todd Jensen.
And the number 66 car of Rich Rickards moved up from the street stock division also.
We have 8 drivers out of the 18 that started the event that have former sportsmen and late model experience.
And once again, Severson shows the way around the track. With Tom Fitzpatrick breathing down his neck right on his bumper. John Roth is pulled back into 3rd. Dick Barker settled into 4th. And the number 3 car of Skip Fry moved into 5th place, but we have Greg Castley, the point leader, making a run. At this point, he's in 6th position and moving very rapidly down the main straightaway.
Boy, farther back in the pack, Tim Nestaby just pulled off quite a move on that last lap around. In turn 1 and 2 and the back straightaway, he just sailed around 5 cars.
Did a nice move coming around.
Problem.
Just flew big time. John Roth just grenaded his motor.
And he didn't waste any time getting that arm out of the window as a signal to the drivers coming up behind that his car was disabled. He was off the pace.
And if he can keep the thing moving, he can come down across the track and not stop the race. That's a fine bit of driving. I like to see that, Jim. His car knows he's out of the race to get back off the track. Severson leading the way with Tom Fitzpatrick. And moving into 3rd is the 73 car of Greg Castley. 4th is Skip Fry. 5th is Dick Barker. And 6th position is Mike Snyder. And another Dubuque driver, Roger Brueggemann, has moved up in.
Brueggemann in the 7th position. In 8th is Tim Jensen. 9th, Tim Nestaby. In 10th, Rich Rickards. 11th is Ron Barker. 12th is Gary Nolan. In the 13th position is Jim Sand. 14th is the 03 car of Greg Chapman.
And you can see why Greg Castley is the point leader here. With that move coming down the main straight, he almost moved into 2nd position, and he and Tom Fitzpatrick are really giving Carl Severson a run for their money. Greg, of course, chooses to stay down low with both cars Carl Severson and Tom Fitzpatrick riding up high on the rim. In fact, right now and during the race, Cassidy's the only one running low at all.
Tim Jensen loops the car in turn number 2. This could bring out the yellow, and it does. Tim Jensen's car is sitting disabled down low on the track in turn number 2. And you see steam coming out of the car number 11 just behind the right front wheel there. When he looped the car around, that probably burped some of the water out of the radiator and it went out of the overflow, so the engine is probably rather warm at this point.
No doubt it probably is. It usually seems to throw the water out when they go into a spin like that, and of course they get hot and they just stop. He's running.
Division, they thought they could have auto racing and also save on fuel.
That's right.
Ron Barker got up into the wall that time, the front straightaway.
A little fireworks, and look who's moved up in for the front running position, none other than Greg Castley, our point leader, running side by side with Carl Severson coming down the main straightaway.
Castley in second, Fitzpatrick's in third, Roger Brueggemann in fourth, fifth is Ron Barker, sixth Dick Barker. The battle is really heating up at the front of the pack.
That's right. We have still have a 5-car race up there, and Severson, Castley, Fitzpatrick, and Roger Brueggemann is moved up there, and Ron Barker. For the first time tonight, Jim, we're beginning to see some rubber marks at the track, and we just had the white flag, so this is last time either Castley makes a move or he doesn't.
Castley ahead by a nose out of turn 2, side by side down the back chute. They go in even to turn 3.
This should be quite a race here.
Castley works the low groove. Severson back up on the high groove. Too close for me to call. I do know that Fitzpatrick appeared to have the 3rd position, and I believe Roger Brueggemann the 4th, and Ron Barker the 5th.
We'll have to wait and see. I really don't know, Jim, who won that race. It's really hard to tell from this point.
No way that we could call it from our position high atop turn number 1 here. We'll have to wait for the indication from the track official. He's holding the checkered flag over his head and is walking over to Carl Severson. Car number 11, Greg Castley, will be credited for the 2nd position, and the crowd really loves that decision.
That's right. Of course, Carl's a local boy, just came out about 3 weeks ago with that new car and doing extremely well, so I'm sure he's very happy, and his fans are obviously very happy over there.
Okay, once again, unofficially, very unofficially, I have in the 5th position Ron Barker, the 4th position Roger Brueggemann, position number 3 Tom Fitzpatrick, and we do know that Greg Castley was 2nd, and the winner Miller Light Night, courtesy of Hawkeye Beverage of Dubuque, the car number 11 Carl Severson. We'll be back with tonight's Winston NASCAR Grand American Late Model feature after this.